Hey guys, just a quick note that on Thursday when it says secant of delta here given is 13 pi over 6. Please make sure, uh, because that's in radian or degree, that's in radian, right? This is in radian too. However, 28 is in degree. So once you're putting them in, make sure you choose, uh, for example, on your calculator, you put tan of. When you put 3 pi over 4, make sure you put r here. Choose r. I've seen it a million times on your. Or if you're putting secant of negative 200, make sure you put degrees. That way, you don't have to worry about your calculator if it's set on degrees or radian. So you're putting it every time. This is an easy question. These questions are there to bring up your grade. They're hard questions, they're easy questions. So if you don't pay attention to put degrees in radian, that would be really, you'll be losing an easy question. Next part, it can totally be done on the calculator. We have learned how to do it on the paper without a calculator, but you guys have a calculator on SA, you have calculators on IB tests, and nobody can stop you using the features on it, except for some IB, they cannot have these. But just briefly, what we have learned, there's a number right before your trigonometry equation, which is 2. What do we used to call that? It starts with A. Um, Amplitude, thank you. And it's with that. So the higher the amplitude is, it's going to stretch it out. So in blue, you have a higher amplitude, right? So in this case, for the other one, the amplitude is, if you have a cosine, you have a cosine, it goes like that. You have to find the amplitude like that as well. The number that comes after, I'm just reviewing for your now, not necessarily because you need it. Number that you're done with the angle after your cosine right here. Let's say it's 3. That means if you like that, you need to 3 units, 2, 3, and that's your new point. But that's not the subject of this type of questions. Here you're just graphing, and with graphing, the easier way to check is calculator. Next thing we're going to cover is merged, excuse me, and operations. This is an easy part. You have G and H, and it's asking you to have G of H or GOH. So GOH of T, it's the same as if you were saying, I have a G, and H of T is going in as an input. So this will be going into G as an input. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to get 3t plus 4, which is my G. I'm going to put in, the input is T. I'm going to put H. So I'm going to put T plus 4 as an input. And I'm just going to do the math, do the algebra. I'm going to distribute it in. And you're going to get that. So sometimes they ask you to do H. We found it. 3t plus 60. Sometimes they only ask you that. Sometimes they ask you to find GOH, but instead of saying T, they if g is 3. So you do the same exact thing. You find the equation, and at the end, instead of t, plug in 3. So in this case, and then your multiple would be in answer. Would be not 25. B. So what then? No, it didn't. That was an example that I made. This is an example I made because you're going to need it later. Like in question, right? You see G, F. So you find it, and then at the end, plug in negative. At the answer, so somebody get it right. F, because I don't want to give it credit. It's hard to grade it for a mistake I made. Remember how whenever I make a mistake, I give you extra credit if you find it? No. Find. I have the key at the end. Check the key if it's correct. It is correct or no? Okay, good. This is, there are times that it's asking you easier to find the GOF. Sometimes you have F plus. All you have to do when it's you need plus negative 3n. What happens? Negative. That's your F plus. It's asking of negative 7. So what do you plug in instead of n? You calculate n. Maybe a little bit time consuming, but it's easy. Same thing on this page. Now you have things that are made like that. 4 times g. So in this case, you multiply 4 to this. You add it to 4 to that minus 3x. You just add that and do the math. So for 56 to 59, it's asking you, this is a good question. It's asking you that h of x is this. So it's f of g of x. So it was mixed. Something went, a function went in as an input. So this is the whole thing. What I'm going to do, obviously, if you look, I can turn this into 2 functions. One of them would be f of x, which is 3x over x minus 2. Another one is g of x, which is 3x minus 1. Why did I do that? Because look, this went in as an input, and it ended up at the bottom. Did you see how I broke it down? F of x, g of x. Or over here, look at f. This is f of g of x. You can see what I see, something is being squared. Right? So my first function, I'm going to put f of x is whatever I have here, x and then b, it becomes squared. What is it? What is it? Or over here, guys, it's 2 to the power of something. You can say 2 to the power of x. And then you can put g whatever that is. Like, there's not a certain answer on these. As long as when you combine it, you get FG. Okay, for next question, what I'm going to do, I'm going to solve this section. All you have to do, oh, you don't see it. Sorry. Okay, so all you have to do is go section by section and plug it in. Okay? So what you need to do, if x is 4, this is what you plug in. This is your equation. So at x4, where's the plug? 1/4 minus 3. What is Oh, you can't say, huh? Negative 7 over. Come on. Go ahead and do control divide, control enter to get decimal, negative 275. So, negative 275. 275. So right there, when it's 4. When it's not 4, this is what you need to graph. X minus, you're going to graph x minus 4. Y equals x minus 4. So that's where I come. Right here. I'm going to go to new document. No, I'm going to go to graph. I'm going to minus 4. All I need to do, what sections of it do I need? Everything, all sections except for 1 point, which was x equals 4. I have done. Number here. Negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 4 is, this is where I'm going. I'm going to draw everything. Do you see it? But I'll point, I'll make it blank because at point 4, this is your. Check my answer. Let me see if I made a mistake or not. Yes, I'm going to pause the video for a second. Like that too. So I'm going to do section by section. I'm going to graph it, but I'm going to graph it for that section. So guess what? For less x less than negative 3, I'm sorry. I'm going to graph something. And that would be for negative 3 to 2. This section. I'm going to graph that. And easily for more than 2, I'm going to graph. So go ahead and graph. First thing graph is the square root of x plus 4. So let's go ahead and graph that. Come on. Let's go. Everybody do it. I need everybody to do it under your calculator. This is how you learn. What was it? X plus 4. You see how it's going like that? What section do we need? Less than -3. So everything. So start. So that's what I'm going to draw on my paper. That's what I'm draw. It starts from -4 and it goes right here. Boom. That's my section. That section. Next, I'm going to draw 2x plus 1 for the green section, starting from that point, because that's where your -3. X less than -3, not less than and equal. So leave it blank, right? At the end of that, you have. So let's go to 2x plus 1. This one is easy. Two x plus 1. 2x plus 1. Well, what section are we looking? From 2 to 3. I'm sorry, -3 to 2. So I need to get this section of it, this part of it. And I had that part. What is that point? -3 and -5. That's -3 and -5. I'm going to do right there. Touch. That, so 0 and 1. 0 and 1 is right there. That's my. Next, I'm going to graph that square root of my. I'm going to erase this so you would. What was the square root of 2x? And that's the section. So we need what section of it? Only need this part of it. 1, 2, and 1, 2. So start right there. 2 and 2. So go back. Like that. And I'm going to leave that almost to the kitty. Yes? It's that section. If I made a mistake, you can get extra credit. Logs. I have a log sheet available for you. If you want to grab it, you have your notebook. But those are the properties that most of them you have seen in Algebra 2 as well. So I'm going to constantly go back to this to find the properties of log when you're solving log. So what do we do? Tom? 50, 79. Go down. Isn't it next page? It is next page. Where's 79? Oh, okay. 79. Okay. Ready? A lot of you, when you see radical, you panic. Guys, review. 2 square. Let's say I have 3. If I don't have a number here, it means that I have. So square roots of 2 to the power of 3. It can be written as 3 over 2. See? 3 over 2. This is 2. Or make another example. I have 5. Let's say I have 3 and I have 6 here. What would it become? 5 to the power of 6 over 3. Fraction. So same thing here. Times something. Go ahead, copy. What to do? The power of each one is 1, 1, 1, right? Let's go ahead and do it. 7 to the power of 1/3, 2 to the power of 1/3. I can easily convert this as a whole of this being 3 times 7 times 11 times 1/3. And now let's go to the properties, what we can do. Right? Being multiplied, what do? I'll make him log the same base. I just add. So the first thing I'm going to do. I still have hard time finding. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to separate this to log of 4, 3 plus log of 4. So that's why I added. When you, a lot of you may say, Mister, how come you don't multiply 7 to 11 to 2 and get it over with? Because on multiple choice, they're not gonna find the final answer for you. They're asking you to distribute it in pieces. So that's what I did with the multiplication. Now, if I have a power, let's go to our property. Power of p, that p comes out of the log and it comes as a multiple. So that's what this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to convert this to log of, I'm going to get 1/3 log of 4, 7 times. From that, I'm going to have log of 3, 4 plus 1/3 of log of 7 over 4 plus log of, for the same reason. That's 1. And then you like that, this for multiple choice. All you have to do is go to the properties, add, and if you cannot find, if you didn't have time, refer to your notebooks for the log properties. If not, just go to Google image, search for log property. I grabbed that screen, that page from Google, and that's where you can get it. If you're done, I can turn it so everybody can see it. This was completely gone from Google, so you can get yourself too. All right, that's it, guys. But I'm pretty sure you'll have it in your notebook.